You want anything, Ma? Before I start talking?
Oh, I'm fine.
You got water in your cup?
Yeah, I have water in the cup.
Hi, pretty lady. How's you doing? How you doing, pretty girl? Just say, well, you know about me. You're a pretty girl. And you're smart and funny. It's not just about looks. The whole world needs my cookies, Ma. The whole world needs a cookie. Just one.
One at a time. Oh boy.
I found my stuff that I couldn't find last night.
Oh, that's good.
See, I'm on all kinds of medias. We got my... I think I was the 10-minute speaker here, and I was the 30-minute speaker. I'm on DVD.
Yeah.
I'm on DVD. I'm also on cassette tape. My story's on cassette tape.
Well,
And that's, they don't even make, I don't even think they even, well, someplace, well, I bet people still use them in Walkmans more than they have cassettes in a car stereo.
yeah, they do probably. Order all the time. Years.
I'm gonna eat a cookie and then I'll do my talk.
Okay. You know what? You're a very good speaker.
Thanks, Ma.
Look at the.
Ever since I was a little girl, I was always around storytellers.
Oh, really? The stories did.
But what I found is the stories that have happened and transpired
Yeah.
that made up my life.
Yeah.
I tell them things people had happened in my life,
Right.
stories, and they like have this look of terror in their face.
They got scared.
Yeah, yeah. That's all right. They're gonna have their chance.
You've got the red and then the white.
The lights.
The lights. You know, those are really pretty.
Yep.
They have kind of a.
Because when I was a little girl, we go over to people's houses and they'd have light brights.
And that's.
I get real close up in there and I said, man, it'd be really cool to live inside there, inside a light bright. And then now, fast forward 49 years, I'm living inside a light bright.
That's a good idea.
Plus, it's better than the lighting that they have these days.
The lightings don't have any.
It's harsh. It messes with my magnetic personality.
Yeah, it does though. It really does because your makeup, your own personal makeup.
Whoops. Dumped it down my front of my gullet. My gullet. I just tilt. Yeah, my mouth didn't have it, but that's the one time my mouth didn't have. I have a 4 fluid ounce mouth. I could drink a 12-ounce can of beer in 3 drinks.
No, I've never had.
Or soda. So I won't. Yeah. Oh, so here's some more of the photos that I found.
Did you find them?
This is back in. I need to put some of these on Facebook for the people they're in them.
Oh, that are inside of them?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Oh, this is when I was in Wichita Falls, Texas for
I didn't know.
tech school.
I didn't know you went to tech school.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We went on and did a photo. This is back when you had those disposable cameras. We walked. You weren't supposed to go. You weren't supposed to get stay in hotels on the weekends unless you had certain liberties. And well, I respect rules when I say when they're in regard to safety.
Safety.
There's no train coming.
That's well
If I would have heard it train, because I'm the worry ward. I'm the one like, I hear it vibrating off in the distance. Get away from the train, and don't be clowning around and taking risks and stuff like that. Well, we walked back to base from the hotel in downtown, but we crossed interstates. We did all. It was like we took all kinds of shortcuts, but yeah, I spent how long is basic training? 10 weeks or something like that. So that's in Texas, San Antonio. The good part about that is I got to be a part of my grandma going back to the city in which she was born after not being there for, well, I think they moved to California when she was 12 and she died when she was 86 and she got to go back. So 80 years after she left, or 70 years after she left, she got to go back to her birthplace to like rectify, to see it again after being in California, and then and watch me graduate from basic training. There's a picture of Mom a number of years. This was back.
Oh, right.
Look at you. Who's that? That's you, huh? I was your age.
I didn't know that.
So I was this was Mom, the age that I am now. Anyway, it's my friend Wendell. She worked at the Sacramento Zoo for like 20 something years. It was it was a long time. And then this is me with all my critters. I've been taking care of critters. You got the bird on my shoulder. You got the cats, the dog. You could see. Okay, I look native there. Stop being an asshole to me in Taos. I qualify. I fit in. Just because I didn't grow up around here is only because they threw my mom away. If they wouldn't have thrown her away, we would have been a part of this community. But they looked at her and said, "Oh, look, she's not perfect. She's deformed. Better fucking throw her away." That's what society's done to people. If it doesn't come out perfect, just throw it away. Boom. Anyway, here's me back in my drinking days. Vacancy. I was vacant. I was void of spirit. Anyway, Castle Craig's. It's up in Northern California by Mount Shasta. Oh, look, there it is. There's Mount Shasta. That was a long time ago. People, yeah, I don't know. If you know, you know. Right? And that's the last one. Anyway, so I've been watching the weather, all the freaking fallout from the weather. It's so weird because there's some places, I'm getting reports in some places that there's unseasonably warm, and people are, it's not like that. Maybe, maybe it's old video. Maybe it's, it's just thrown in there to create cognitive dissonance. Oh, yeah, well, how is it 70 degrees and the animals are acting weird? But over here, like most of the countries, is experiencing a deep freeze right now. And Omaha today was negative. Last I saw it was -8, I think it was, and that's the high, And I'm like, fucking people are living on the streets. Like, it fucking kills me. It kills me that there's people that have houses, like 8, 9, 10 houses. They got houses all over the fucking place, and they just go from boing. I'm gonna go. I feel like this environment, so I'm gonna put myself here. All because the advantages that they've been given. Use your fucking advantage, people, and help other motherfucking people, because what you're going to start seeing is people that don't use their advantage, they're going to have it start getting stripped away. And they're going to start losing all of these creature comforts. Because in order to keep things in life, you got to give it to other people. That includes security, right? Support. Yep. too many people on this planet. Dude, the environment can't sustain the weight of people that need to be fucking pampered and catered. It's collapsing under privilege, under the people that just deserve so much. I just watched a reel where a dude was like, bro, we'll be on the slopes in 20 minutes. I don't know where the mountain was, if it was in Colorado or if it was here in New Mexico. I don't know where it was. And then 2 hours later, to get in there, the line was so long because so many people are going up the mountain to rip it up while so many people fucking suffer. The imbalance is too great and the consequence is here. It's not coming, people. It's here. So people are gonna get to see what they're really, really made of when the temperature, when the power goes out. And you gotta keep people that you care about that can't take care of themselves. You gotta keep them warm. And you gotta cook for them. Maybe try and keep them entertained a little bit. That's one thing we ain't never had a problem with, is entertainment. We laugh a lot around here, whether the power's on or not. We're resourceful people because we have already been through hell. So finding little pockets of comfort in shitty situations, that's what we've done. We got pretty good at it. We keep our expectations next to nil. Anyway, went into town today just to get a couple things. Just to feel, I had to get water because I didn't get water yesterday, and we're supposed to get another storm tonight. And I don't really like going out after the storm because they don't take care of shit in Taos. They don't take care of shit in Taos. It is the smallest town I have ever fucking lived in. And it gets the biggest F minus on taking care of your fucking community that I've ever seen. Nobody shovels their sidewalks. There's scoops on trucks everywhere, but it's all inclusion with paid membership required. But the main roads are complete trash. They don't even hit the back roads. They just leave it alone, let it ice over. It'll warm up enough in a couple days to melt. The sidewalks are unattended. As a pedestrian on occasion, and seeing other pedestrians navigate through freaking ice like this. Right? Call me the asshole for pointing this out. Or handle your fucking shit, Taos. Handle your shit. You get enough money, don't say the money ain't there. No fucking town can say the money ain't there, 'cause I seen the budgets. I know what your budgets are. You just misappropriate funds. You put fucking funds in stupid fucking bullshit like music festivals in Taos that nobody gives a shit about. Instead of taking that money and using it to maybe buy an extra plow or two. Your fucking priorities are skewed. But look all over New Mexico. I see your example. I understand you don't have a whole lot of good example of people ahead of you that have lived in integrity. New Mexico is the worst example of a state in this whole nation. Number 55 and falling. Why? Because people would just rather sit and wait things out. I understand the importance of people staying off the road when it snows to help the trucks. The trucks clear the roads. They just don't have them. They're so cute in New Mexico. They did buy a new plow, and they had a contest of what to name the plow. I said if it was a street sweeper, you could name it after the governor because she sucks. That was a good one. That was a good one, right? Right? Well, I guess she blows too, so worst state in the fucking nation. Why am I taking people's guns away? Criminals don't care. You're taking people's rightful ability to defend themselves away from the junks and the drunkies of all shades, both sex, all genders. It's a frequency that people have. I was just listening to Cliff Hyde. He's talking about aliens and the Nephilim, and I see what's happening with religion. It is dissolving. I am a pastor. I consider what I do here is a church of sorts, right? Except only difference between me and the rest of them is I ain't tax exempt, right? And so that's why I named today's talk 4950. Because my purpose in life is to teach people how all they have to do is inconvenience themselves some, and then you reap the rewards of living in service. Right? Right? It's a cool setup. You just be a good person. You just do the right thing. If you see somebody in trouble, you help them. It just amazes me, what people don't do for other people. Because they just, it's somebody else's job. Someone else will do it. It has nothing, or they don't even think about it. They're just thinking about what they want and how they can't be interrupted. They hurry up and get there to get it. Right? So I was listening to Cliff, and he was talking to Nephilim and all this stuff, and how people are going to start, having a hard time, oh my God, I don't believe in God. We've been duped, and we've been worshiping demons this whole entire life. Oh my goodness. Oh, praise. Oh Lord. Right? All these people are gonna, and I don't pay, I pay attention to religion enough to see how it's not for me. Right? I take the good and then I leave the rest is what I say. So I go, like more, I never, but there's so many religions that are just weird based on weird shit. Mom didn't raise no dummy. I'm not freaking into weird shit, And that tells me a lot about people that are so willing to go along with weird shit, right? In the name of what? Faith, what are you, why? Where's the allegiance? So I decided a long time ago that instead of, because my conception of God when I was a little girl, up until I was probably, it was because I grew up in Morro Bay, on where the piers and the fishermen were, and then so God to me looked like the character on Gortman's Fisherman, right? Big white beard in a slicker, because I thought about, because with my mind and how it worked, I was probably 2-3 years old, and it made sense because they said, okay, God, where's God? God's, in the stars, right? And then I listened to the captains of the ship talk about how they navigate through the ocean with the stars, by the stars. And so I put this all together, and that was my conception. And then as I got, I stopped. I didn't stop. I began to strip away other people's definition of what religions were teaching. And I deduced it down to good orderly direction. Just doing the right thing. Like, I love cooking in large quantities, and it's just me and Mom, so that gives me an opportunity to help feed people. Right? Right? And, I mean, there's all these things that I can do. I just can't be gone for a long time, right? So, the heart space, what I came up with a long time ago is, whenever the universe sees it fit for people to start paying me what I'm worth. I was having this conversation the other day. I say, I give people cookies, I've been giving people cookies for years now, like 4 years now. I've been just giving people cookies as like a good faith thing, right? And the people that I give cookies to, the goodness does not come from them. It comes from other people that I don't give cookies to. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like I said, if somebody came up and said, "Hey, you want some, want some cookies?" I'd be like, "Yeah, here," or "Yeah, sure, I freaking love them." I'd still give them money, right? Why? Because they got to buy the freaking flour. They got to buy the freaking butter. You got to buy the flour to go in the butter. You got to do the stuff to provide it, right? But it's just so weird to me how many people I've given them to, and like ain't nobody want to do nothing back to like show any kind of gratitude. That tells me that's a whole lot of currency suck. That's a whole lot of people drawn in, and maybe they're giving the goodness to other people. And if that's the case, I'll take that. But if they're just accepting it, goodness over here, they're willing to give it without giving it, that is a lower vibrational frequency. That's like how lizards act. Right? So to me, I'm just like, thank you for showing me who you are. Thank you. Anytime somebody treats me some kind of way, thank you for showing me who you are. I did tell a woman about that, though. I said, just because I don't ask people for money for my cookies don't mean people don't need to, like, cough none up ever. Right? I got PayPal, I got Venmo, I got all those. They don't even, I was telling somebody today, I said, if somebody's going to give me a ride, and Mom told me always pay gas money. Always give somebody gas money. And so if they won't take it, which doesn't happen much anymore, if they aren't willing to take it, I'll even stash it in their car so they'll find the cash later, right? Because it's not just it's their gas, it's the time that they're taking out, it's not but people just expect I'm owed everything in this. It's so weird. I see them in the grocery store all the time. All the sinners of the universes that travel to Taos, New Mexico, just to shop when I shop. I just must be the most blessed person on the planet to be surrounded by so much greatness all at the same time. What have I ever done? Oh my goodness. Anyway, how long have I been talking? Well, my vision is 4951. My birthday is April 9th. I don't have my necklace on. That feels weird. I keep anyway, I guess I didn't realize how much I looked for it. So I'm going to be 50. And then, so once the universe begins to open itself up so I can start earning, like getting more of the currency in to match the currency that I put out in this world, where there's actual, like, a congruence, not just me, like, I'll just keep doing it because it's right. I just keep doing it, Anyway, we have been blessed and divinely guided, so I ain't complaining. But once that abundance start coming in, what I do is I will use 49% for operating costs, right? Because my birthday's April 9th. 49%, that's less than half, so that will keep so any donations that come in, 49% will go to, like, the electricity, right? Stuff like that to sustain our comfort, which all our bills are already covered, actually. So, gas, car insurance, stuff like that, right? Cell phone, right? Stuff like that. Amenities, things that we have, we don't need. They're nice. We can do without. Have before. And so, 51% I will use to service to help other people make their lives more comfortable. And so the way I look at it, that'll help keep my ego the right size, just the right size. Because people, it's amazing how many people I've seen grown up in like shitty environments, but then once they start earning, they forget all this shit. They forget, like everything. They forget. It's just like, I'll put it all behind me. I don't need that thing. It's spiritual bypass. Ostrich syndrome. Bury your head in the sand. You can ignore everything. So, people have these, they just like, they think about all the people they're going to help, and they get in the position to help, and they help themselves more and more, and then it just goes out and out. But I noticed the more people, like, I mean, look what happens with the glutton. Look at all the freaking how gluttonous people on the planet are. And that just tells me that they're fearful, that they're just afraid, because when people are afraid, I know I used to eat, stress eat my feelings. I lose weight when I get stressed. And then I came into a place of balance, and hopefully I'm at a place that my weight isn't going to go up and down anymore. I figured some stuff out. And I share that stuff I figured out here in hopes that maybe it'll help somebody else figure some stuff out, Because not everybody's the same, but there are inklings of similarities out there. And from these inklings and similarities out there are drawn from that, or new realizations. Happens all the time. That's why I listen to so many different people. Like, I don't subscribe to a lot of people, but once you watch them, they're going to keep showing up in your feed. And, you got some in your eye?
No,
Let me see. Oh, your nail broke. Your nails are breaking. They're coming off. Is it coming out?
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
So, and then I look at the world, and I just like, I look at the budgets that I've always paid attention to, budgets and stuff like that. I was in IT, so I was in the United States Air Force. And we grew up so poor, because that you got to pay attention. You only have this much, for Christmas in our stocking. We get, oftentimes Mom would put the electricity bill in there, or the cable bill. That was our luxury. We get cable. We have a little black and white TV, only 10 inches across in the diameter, but we love that thing because we carried it all the way from over by Kmart and Reading, all the way back under the overpass, up down Bocelli. Yeah, because and we had to trade. It was 10 inches, but it was a color TV. We did get it it was at that next to the carpet place where they had the big genie carpeterium. And I was probably 9-10 years old when we did that, but me and Jerry all took turns carrying it home. Get too heavy for one of us, the other one would carry it for a little while. There's so many people that just they haven't experienced struggles in life. But the longer you put off struggles, I assure you, other people are having them for you.
That's well put.
So I think it's only fair that when people aren't having them, or even when they are, I found it that it was more important that I help people struggle when I was struggling. Because if I were to just sit there and think about my struggles, I would get into a deeper and darker place. But that was one thing that was drilled into me in recovery, is that when you start feeling like shit, you get up and you do something for somebody else.
Oh, that's neat.
So take the good, leave the rest. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out if you did.